Hello everyone, I am Gyan and you are learning computer science with Python for class 11. In this video we are going to learn about features of Python. Features of Python. Of course, the Python has few plus points and few minus points. We will look at the pluses and minuses of Python one by one. So let's see what are few plus points of Python. Python pluses. The biggest advantage of Python is it is easy to use. Easy to use. See, Python is very easy to use object-oriented language with very simple syntax. It is very high-level language and very programmer friendly. Very high level means programmers find it very easy to use object-oriented language. Maybe at this point you don't know what the object-oriented language is. But you just remember that Python is object-oriented language and it is very easy to use. Normally, object-oriented languages like Java, like C++ are not that easy to use. But Python, being object-oriented language, is still very easy to use. It is very high-level language. It is a very high-level language and thus very programmer friendly. Okay, Python is very high level language and meaning of high level language is being programmer friendly. Okay, if some language is high level language, that means that language is programmer friendly. Because of being programmer friendly, any language is called high level language. So Python is very programmer friendly language. The second plus point of Python is it is expressive language. Expressive language. Python is expressive language, means it has fewer lines of codes to do complicated tasks. For example, suppose that I have two variables, a is equal to 2 and b is equal to 3. Variables means containers. We already have talked about it. If I write a is equal to 2, that means there is a container whose name is a which contains 2. So we have two containers, one contains 2 and other contains 3. What I want is whatever is there in B should go to A and whatever is there in A should go to B. I want to do like this. To do this, I have to write such code like TMP. I am defining one more container and I will put whatever there in A in TMP. Then I will write A is equal to B, then B is equal to TMP. After these three operations, A and B will be swapped because suppose that this is TMP, I am just writing it T. So inside the TMP, I am going to put whatever there was in A. So A had 2 as you know and B had 3 as you know. So whatever is there in A should be put in T. So here T will contain 2. When you write A is equal to 2, that means whatever is there at right hand side will go to the container at the left hand side. Therefore, when you write temp is equal to A, whatever is there at right hand side will go to the container at left hand side. So 2 is at right hand side and that will go to the container at left hand side. In this statement also, whatever is there at right hand side, that is the value of B, will go to A. So the value of A will be changed from 2 to 3 because whatever was there in B just stored in A. I should write here P not B. In the same way, whatever is there in temp will be stored in B. Okay, what is there in temp? It is 2 and this will be stored in B. The new content of B will be 2. So that's how you have swapped contents of two variables. You have swapped A and B. Now A contains what was there in B and B contains what was there in A. This is called swapping. But there are multiple lines of codes used to swap, and this is the strategy of swapping two values in the programming languages like C++, C or Java. But in Python, what you do is, suppose that A contains 2, B contains 3, then you can just write A comma B is equal to 2 comma 3. So first one will be contained in the first one, second one will be contained in the second one. So easy it is. You do not need to write two lines of codes. In the one line of code, you have assigned A and B by two various contents. And then after what you do, you just write it in the reverse order, like a comma b is equal to b comma a. So left one will be copied into the left one, right one will be copied into the right one, and that's how you have swapped. The Python way. So you know how easy it is to swap two numbers. Similarly, Python makes it very easy for other stuffs, for other calculation stuffs. And this was C, C++, or Java. Now you come to know that how expressive the Python programming language is, how easy it is to do any operation. You do not need to write that many lines of codes. The third plus point of Python is it is interpreted language. Interpreted language. Any interpreted language is always easy to debug. Therefore, just like other interpreted languages, Python is suitable for beginners to advanced users. Python is an interpreted language. We know that what the interpreted languages are. So Python is an interpreted language. So just like other interpreted languages, Python is also easy to debug. Therefore, Python is easy to debug. Therefore, Python is suitable for beginners to advanced level users. Suitable for beginners to advanced users. Python is complete. Python is very rich in its standard library. Python has lots of standard library and standard modules. Such libraries provides functionalities for email, web pages, database, GUI development, network connections, and many more. Everything is available in Python standard library. So you can say that Python is very much complete because it targets all the fields of technology. Python has libraries for almost all fields of technology. Python has libraries for almost all fields of technology. So you can use those libraries and can work on a specific technology. As I told you, Python has libraries for database, for network connections, for web pages, for artificial intelligence, for machine learning, and other stuff. Even Python has libraries for streams like electrical engineering or electronics engineering like that. So Python has more complete because Python covers almost all fields of technology. It has ready-made libraries for almost all fields of technology, and the libraries are still growing. The fifth advantage, the fifth plus point of Python is cross-platform language. Cross-platform language. Because Python is an interpreted language, it does not generate executable for a given platform. Therefore, Python code written on Windows can easily execute on Linux. The Python code written on Linux can easily execute on other operating systems. Okay, you just have to install Python on that operating system, and that Python installation will easily read Python code written anywhere else in the world. So Python can equally well on variety of platforms like Windows, Linux, Macintosh, supercomputers, smartphones, etc. Okay, you write Python code on Windows and execute it on a smartphone, on embedded systems. Therefore, Python is cross-platform language because the code written on one operating system can execute on other operating system. Or you can say that Python is portable language because cross-platform languages means portable languages. Okay, you can move your Python code from one machine to other machine and it will work. So the Python is cross-platform language. Python can run equally well on variety of platforms like Windows, Linux, Macintosh, etc. Therefore, it is a cross-platform language, or you can say that it is portable language. The next plus point of Python is free and open source. It is free to use and it is open source. Free and open source. What do you mean by free? See, Java is not free. You can use Java to improve your personal programming skill, but you cannot develop something in Java and sell it in the market. Java is not free for production. Java is free for learning, but not free for production. Whereas Python is free for learning and free for production. Even you can download the source code of Python. I mean, using what code the Python programming language is created, you can download that source code. So you can download the source code using which the Python programming language was created. And everything is free. Okay, you do not need to pay for it. You can develop something in Python and sell it. Python will not ask you money for that. Python has variety of uses and applications. Like it can be used for scripting, for web application, for game development, for database applications, for system administrations, rapid prototyping, GUI programs, for artificial intelligence, for internet and networking, and various other fields. Python can be used in almost every field of technology. Not only computer science, even Python can be used for other fields of technology like physics, like electrical engineering, like electronics engineering, etc. So these are few plus points about Python. Now, in the features of Python, we also have few minus points about Python. So let's see about few minus points of Python. Python minus. See, the biggest problem with Python is it is not the fastest language. Not the fastest language. The biggest issue with Python is this is not the fastest language. In fact, any interpreted language cannot be fast. If you use compiled language, then you create the binary for the target machine. Executing the binary is always much faster than executing an interpreted language by using interpreter. I mean, compiled languages are always faster than interpreted languages. So, just like other interpreted languages, Python is also not that fast. The second minus point of Python is not strong on type binding. Not strong on type binding. Python is not strong on type binding. Let's understand the meaning of type binding. When I create a variable and store something in it, then as I told you, variable means containers. The name of this container is A and I'm going to store 5 in that container. Later on, if I write here A is equal to apple, the content of A will be changed from 5 to apple. But while declaring A is equal to 5, if I write here int, that means I want to store only whole number in the container, the variable A. That means instead of 5, I can store here 6, but I cannot store apple because apple is not a whole number. So I can store here 6, I can store here 999, I can store here whole numbers, but I cannot store apple in it. I cannot store 5.2 in it. Getting me? So assigning type to a variable is called type binding. Okay. And type binding is supported by C, C++, Java. But if you do not declare the type of a variable while creating it, I just have created a variable whose name is B, which contains apple. I'm not going to declare type of the variable B here. Okay, I'm not going to write here a string or something like that. In a language in which you don't declare type of the variable, you don't decide what is going to be stored by the variable, a variable can store literally anything, then such language is called not a strong type binding language. So Python is not a strong type binding language. Okay, this is the example of Python. In Python, you do not declare type of the variable. You can store literally anything in the variable. And second thing is that up to now, I told that variable is like a container which contains the value. In Python also, variable is like a container. But in Python, variables does not contain the value. The value gets created somewhere else in the memory and Python stores address of that value. Therefore, this is the example of C, C++ or Java, and this is the example of Python. In the C, C++ or Java, value gets contained inside the variable. But in Python, variable contains address of the value, not the value itself. And the value remains somewhere else in the memory. This is the Python. We will learn more about it, but hopefully right now you got the difference between variables used in C, C++, Java and the variables used in Python. Okay, even in C, C++ or Java, you can have a variable like Python. Means in the C, C++, Java, you can have a variable which stores 5 somewhere else. Okay, this is similar to Python and also allowed in C, C++ and Java. But in Python, this type of thing is not allowed. In Python, you cannot have a variable which contains the value itself. But in C, C++ and Java, you can have a variable which contains the address of the value and value is stored somewhere else. You can do it in C, C++, Java. Means C, C++ and Java supports these two types of variables. But Python supports only one type of variable. Means value will stay somewhere else. Its address will be stored by the variable. We will have a proper session on variables and there we will see in more depth what these variables are. Hopefully you are getting my points. The other minus point of Python is not easily convertible. Not easily convertible. A program written in Python cannot be easily converted to other programming language. And this is another minus point of Python. And this happens because most other languages have a structured defined syntax. Means they have a specified type for their variables. Other programming languages have something called curly brackets. Python does not have any curly bracket. Maybe at this time you are not getting what I mean by having curly bracket or not having curly bracket. That you will understand later. But Python program looks very different than C program, C++ program and Java program. The codes written in these three languages like C, C++ and Java looks very much similar. But a code written in these three languages are significantly different from the code written in Python. So I think now you know what are the plus points and what are the minus points of Python. According to January 2020 Popularity Index, Python was second most popular programming language after JavaScript. Means the JavaScript is the most popular programming language and the Python stays on the second rank. From the next video, we will start working in Python. See you then.